All right, we be talking about NFL playoffs. Crazy wild card round. I mean, Seahawks are in. We're in. The Dolphins were in. They're both out, but it was just amazing just to see them in. Geno Smith had a Pro Bowl year. Uh, Dolphins they had a good year. Unfortunately, they couldn't keep Tua healthy. They were down to the third string quarterback. Uh, but they they did their best. Uh, Seattle lost to 49ers 23-41, but it was just looking at the score. It was actually a better game than watching than just looking at the score. But Jags beat the Chargers 31-30. That it was a good game, but I mean, well, for the Jags, the Chargers, it was just that coach. It's just a poor game manager, and he fired the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coach. Fired, Lombardi and Daly fired them. Wasn't their fault. They don't decide when you go for it on third and fourth down. They don't freaking do the timeouts and all that stuff. That's the head coach's decision, and he's the one that doesn't know how to do it. Blaming your offensive coordinators, but that's what defensive coordinators do when they become head coaches. They blame the offense and fire them and like, oh, I can do one next week and see what happens. Or you do a really stupid thing like Bill Belichick did and get two, like, defensive coordinator and a special teams coordinator to be your dual offensive coordinator, and that worked out very well. Where are they at the play? Oh, they didn't make the playoffs. Who'd have seen that coming? It wouldn't take Notre Dame, that's for sure. Maybe he can get one this year. Maybe. But yeah. Bills and the Dolphins is 34-31, and Dolphins had a third string quarterback. Although the 49ers had the third string quarterback and won, so they had Mr. Irrelevant too. Both of them were rookies because I believe Skylar Thompson I think he was undrafted to the Dolphins. But Giants and Vikings 31-24, but Vikings have no defense at all, like zip. Although, the Giants did have a great game though. I mean, Jones had a really good game, rushing and passing. He had a really stellar game. But can he do that against the Eagles next? I mean, this upcoming the divisional. Yeah, can he do it in the divisional against the Eagles, who has a lot better defense? Very, very fast pass rush. No, that line ain't great. It's good, but not great. But we'll see. And the Bengals beat the Ravens 24-17. The Ravens had a backup and who didn't do a terrible job. I mean, he kept it close, but that was just a defensive game mostly. Both defenses did a really good job. I mean, Burrows was sacked 4 times. So, because if not, it might have been higher score, but 24-17. It was a tight game. Cowboys over the Bucks, 31-14. Okay, that's the most lopsided game. But Brady was awful. But then again, Brady's been awful pretty much all this year. The last couple weeks, he kind of stepped it up, but you could tell he was forced. I mean, he that was everything he had. I mean, he can't really push it downfield anymore. He's getting old. He's 44, 45, whatever he is. Old. He don't need to be playing no more. And he's talking now. He talks about coming back either with the Bucks or going to another team. Do not do that. Retire. Brett Favre did that same shit. Look what happened to his last year. know when to retire. The Cowboys, though, having a great game like Dax did. If you've seen Dax play after he has a great game like that, what happens the next week, Cowboy fans? The downfall. He throws over 3 touchdowns and doesn't throw an interception. The next week, he's got to throw that many interceptions or more. And he's got to have more interceptions than touchdowns. Let's just say that. And less yards. He does that every time. He's consistently inconsistent, as I call it. Not saying that because I'm an Eagles fan or a Cowboy hater. So I think Dak Prescott's a nice guy. He's a solid quarterback that gets paid big money because that's all Cowboys get found, because the Cowboys struggle to find. Although Troy Aikman was kind of an average quarterback too, let's just say that. They haven't had a premium quarterback since freaking Roger Staubach. Let's just say that, which is true. Anyway, the divisional. This will be some great games. Chiefs over the Jags. I think the Jags is that be feisty. Did I keep it somewhat close? But Chiefs that beat them. I mean, they're just too talented all around. The Jags got a lot of holes, but they're playing tough. They got a puncher's chance, but it's very slim. The Chiefs Mahomes is just, they're too talented. Eagles over the Giants, but Giants do have a good chance. I mean, they got Brian DeBoles is a very intelligent coach, really smart. I mean, look what he did just 1 year with Daniel Jones after what Daniel Jones looked like the last couple of years, and then this year, just. And also look at what Josh Allen looks like without him. He's struggling a little bit. He's looked like his first year or two. He's thrown a lot of interceptions, and he's forcing a little too much. He's not staying calm and collective and letting the play open up. With that line, he kind of can't too much. Not having a running game to lean on doesn't help either. But the Giants are looking. But going back to the Giants and Eagles, the Giants have a chance, honestly. I hate to say that against my Eagles, but and is Hurts 100%? I don't know. And even if he is healed, is he mentally prepared? It's hard to say. I hope he is. I like to see the Eagles and the 49ers in the NFC Championship. I'd like to see the Eagles and the Bills in the Super Bowl, but most likely that'd be the Chiefs in the AFC side. Unless Josh can keep the turnovers down. But besides that, Bills, I got the Bills over the Bengals, but just because of that line of the Bengals, in that pass rush of the Bills, I just don't trust the Bengals offensive line. 4 sacks last week against freaking the Ravens. The Ravens got a great defense. They can't knock at that, but if they do that, if the Bills do that against them, I don't know. Josh Allen can make some comebacks. They don't have a backup quarterback like the Ravens did. And Ravens kept it close. It was 24-17. If Lamar Jackson was there, they wouldn't have won. If he was 100% anyway. But I'm going Bills. I just don't trust the offensive line. 49ers over the Cowboys. That's 49ers. Even with a third-string quarterback, that kid's playing lights out. Purdy, Mr. Relevant, my butt. He's very relevant. Cowboys, like I said, I don't trust Dax. Cooper Rush, if he had him, they probably win. He honestly think he should be the starter. I knew right when they said Dax is coming back, I was like, they just start losing. And